The last time I went to a club, it was like, I think I went to Houston, and it was either 30 or 50 to get in. It was nothing but sections. So it's like you had to buy a section. There was no dance floor. And everybody was just sitting around with a cup. And then the drink was like $18, $20. Welcome to Soft Life, Hard Truths, where lifestyle dreams meet bank account realities. I'm your host, Teigen Jay. Come on in. I want you to stay. Hey, y'all. How is everyone doing? What kind of week are we having? I hope you guys are having a good week. This week has been absolutely blah for me. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for the weekend. Um, yeah, I'm just over it. Just over it. But I hope you guys are having a good week. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. Hang in there, guys. We can do this. Okay, so let's touch on the topics for today. The first thing I wanted to address was the wealth gap. The wealth gap, particularly for millennials and older generations. Did you know that despite higher earnings, millennials hold less wealth overall than previous generations at the same age? So, what that means is your grandmother or your grandfather had more wealth, had more assets, more cash, they had more things of value at your age back then than you do now, even though you have more money or have higher earnings. That's absolutely insane. So, your parents, your grandparents, let's just say if you're 23 right now, when they were 23, they had more wealth than you. And why is that, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Let's get into it. One of the main factors and reasons behind this is the rising cost of living. Let's talk about it. Back in the day, your grandfather could work at the local butcher or the local deli shop or the local uh, plant and make enough money to buy a house, buy a car, keep food on the table, pay all bills necessary, and still have a little left over. And back then, minimum wage was like $5, depending on how far back you go. Minimum wage was it's less than what it is now, which I think is what like 7.25. The money stretched further because one, houses didn't start off at 400K for a starter home. Who has 400K for a starter home? Also, a carton of eggs did not cost $5, $6. Fresh vegetables did not cost $2 and $3. I remember celery used to be like 59 cents. I just bought some today at the store. It was over $2. The cost of living is absolutely insane. And from my research, things are only going to increase. Prices are going to increase. I think Walmart came out recently and said that they have to increase their prices. Yet again, they're doing the whole dynamic pricing thing. And I'll talk about that on the next episode. But how are people supposed to live? And don't get me started on healthcare. Um, the cost of healthcare is absolutely insane. A ride in the ambulance is thousands of dollars. Just to get a checkup, you're paying insurance and you have to pay a copay. And if you don't pay the copay, sometimes they want you to pay for the whole visit up front. It's crazy. You have high deductibles with your insurance plan. You gotta you gotta pay $2,500 out of pocket while you're still paying the monthly fee for the insurance. Absolutely insane. And don't get me started on having bringing kids into the mix. Um, Back in the day, you had maybe a neighborhood granny or auntie or someone that had a at home daycare. If you didn't have family that you could drop your babies off with, there was a local neighborhood daycare. And even if you had to take them to a daycare facility, it was not priced like this. People are paying mortgages in daycare cost, and they wonder why the birth rate is dropping or it's so low. Who has People are already struggling to make their mortgage payments or their rent payments, and you mean to tell me if I have a child, I have to pay 1,500, 2,000 a month just for someone to keep my kid? Like, who can reasonably afford that? Especially when minimum wage is still 7.25. Absolutely insane. And then another major factor, guys, is student loan debt. I believe, I need to verify, but I believe that our generation, millennials, have the largest amount of student loan debt. Um, I remember when I first went off to college, I think a semester, and I took a full course load, which was about 18 hours. I think that was like, I feel like I remember it being like $3,500. And even then, I was on a scholarship, but just looking at the list of all of the expenses, it was like $3,500. I know that the cost of school is nowhere near there right now, and I may be dating myself, but because we were told that you go to school, you get you a degree, and then once you get your degree, you go and you get your good job, and once you get your good job, you'll be able to afford a home, you'll be able to afford a car, take care of a family, you'll be living the American dream. As long as you follow these steps, you're guaranteed to live well, just like your father and your grandfather, your mother, your grandmother. Just do these steps. Meanwhile, back then, college didn't cost 100K just to get one degree. It was all a lie. Is the American dream still the American dream? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's looking like it was all a lie. And so, because of these major factors, despite higher earnings, millennials hold less wealth overall. Ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. All right. Next topic. I would love to hear your opinion on this. Are payment arrangements really a bad thing? Are they a no no? Are you absolutely 100% supposed to stay away from payment arrangements no matter what? Let's talk about it. So let's go back. Let's go back to COVID 2020. Hey, we had to, everybody had to stay inside. Pretty much majority of the areas were shut down. People could not work unless you were an essential worker, right? So a lot of people were home. And with them being home, there is no income. Right now, granted, I know that, people receive money in different areas. We got the PPP loan, we get, and we we got, some people did unemployment. Like, I get some people were bringing in money, but there were a lot of people who were not able to stay above water with everything being shut down due to COVID. In those situations, I don't know if you guys recall, but there was some regulation passed to where mortgage companies were to work with, no, you could not evict people. You could not put people out. If they were renters, you could not put them out. And so at the same time, mortgage companies were working with people to make payment arrangements for their mortgages. And so what that looked like is you go in and you talk with a loan officer or whoever. You talk with your mortgage company and pretty much, hey, I'm facing a hardship right now. I'm unable to make my mortgage. I need some type of arrangement done. And what they typically do is they will take whatever payment you have that's due and they will put it on the back of the mortgage, back of the loan repayment. And so what that looks like is, let's just say you've owned your house for 10 months, right? Let's just no, let's just say you have a 30-year mortgage and you just bought your house, right? You just bought it. 1 month in, COVID hits. Now you are you can't make the payment. So what they'll do is, instead of month two, that payment being due, they'll take it and they'll put it at the end of the loan. So let's just say you were supposed to be done paying your mortgage December of 2052. Now you'll be finished paying your mortgage more than likely January of 2052 or February of 2052, depending on how many months you had to have put on the back of the mortgage. In that situation, do you guys feel like that was a good move? Personally, I believe when times are hard and you are in a crunch, it is better to communicate with your creditors, your lenders, than to just go ghost and not make the payment at all, hurting your credit. A lot of these creditors will work with you, whether it's the credit card companies, whether it is your mortgage company, whether it is an electricity company, you know, your bills. These people will work with you, but you have to communicate. It is better to make an arrangement for payment than to just not pay and let it mess up your credit. And then by doing that, you're incurring late fees when, if you had a conversation with the lender or the creditor, they would 9 times out of 10 waive that late fee. Therefore, there's not more money stacking up on what you already owe. They will waive it and they will work with you. If your electricity bill is $300 this month, you call your electricity company. Hey, I can't make that. What can you do with me? Okay, well, can you pay $100? You pay the $100. They may break up the other 200 in payments and spread it out, and they'll waive that $50 late fee. All of that by communicating. Same thing goes with your credit card company, right? Let's just say you're running into some trouble. Hey, I can't make these payments every month. Like, it's just too much. I'm going through a tough time right now. Call them up. Can you work with me? And I'm gonna do an episode on credit cards and creditors and how a lot of times you can get a lot of things by simply just asking. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that the next episode. But yeah, you call up your credit card company. Hey, work with me. What can you do? They will present you with options. Don't just not pay these people. Communicate. You never know what they may be willing to do to work with you. Because let's just be real. Times are hard right now. A lot of people every day, hundreds, thousands of people are losing their jobs. These companies know that. They are aware. They are aware if no one else is aware. They are aware. So they will be willing to work with you if you can give them something versus just ghosting them and just not paying and saying, hey, it is what it is. So I believe that payment arrangements are not all bad. Long as you do it with intent and moderation, I believe it can be a tool that can help you when hardships do come. Now, I'm not saying, you wake up and say, hey, I know my credit card bill of $100 is due today, but I'd rather go to brunch with my girls. So I'm going to just call them up and say, hey, can I? No, that's being irresponsible. Don't do that. This is because also these companies do keep track of things like this, right? If you've had to go on a payment plan before that, it's only so many times that they're going to allow you to do this. So you need to save it for if you really face a hardship and you need, the extra support or, maneuvering around. So don't set up a payment plan because you want to go to brunch. Don't do that. Don't do that. But overall, I don't believe payment arrangements are bad things. I think it's a tool that you put in your back pocket for when you need it. Whip it out and get to work. It can be beneficial. It can be helpful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you ever done a payment arrangement for a bill? Let me know. And also, a lot of people do that for healthcare bills, because as we know, healthcare is extremely expensive. Hey, you might need a procedure done. Well, the procedure, after insurance cover their portion, the procedure may cost you $2,500. Well, who has $2,500 just to give to the hospital? set that payment plan up. Okay, let's spread it out. Give me give me 24 months. Let me pay this off in moderation. Yeah, same dentist. Some people dental work is extremely expensive. Hey, I need five root canals. That may be $4,000. Hey, I don't have that. But let's do a payment plan. So I'm for it when it makes sense and when you actually need it. Okay, guys, I am for it. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you ever had to make a payment arrangement? How did that work out for you? Was it beneficial? Were you able to pay it off eventually? Did you catch up? Let me know. Let's talk about it. All right. Last topic. I've been wanting to address this for a while. Um, let's talk about partying, club culture nowadays, right? So I don't know if you guys heard people saying all the time, "Oh my goodness, clubs are dying, clubs are dying, clubs are dying." It appears so. But let's talk about why. From what I've seen thus far, clubs are dying. And I believe that they are dying due to everyone wanting to be a celebrity. I believe that the cost is extremely crazy. And clubs nowadays, they're all about sections, sections, sections. Back in my day, back in my day, which was prime undergrad days, back in my day, you had it. First off, if you wanted a good time, you didn't always have to go to the club. There were house parties. Where I went to school, we called them sets. SETS, sets. So it's like, okay, what set you going to tonight? Oh, I heard the Omegas, they having a set over here. Okay, well I heard the Alphas in the AKAs, they're having a set over here. And you go, nobody's paying nothing. You didn't have to bring food, you didn't have to bring liquor. All you had to do was bring yourself. Show up and you're going to have a good time. You're going to be surrounded by people that are there for a good time. People are going to be dancing, drinking, talking, parlaying. Like, hey, it is just a vibe. You go and you turn up. You might see your crush there. You know what I'm saying? You might see your crush there. You just never know. You get you a little drink. You feeling good. The music might get too good to you. So now you hitting a little 1 2 1 2, and people aren't looking at you crazy. Matter of fact, you hitting that little 1 2 1 2 so good, a couple more people then got up and started joining you. Next thing you know, not everybody on the dance floor. A time is being had. Yeah. And you paid nothing. The only thing you paid for was your outfit to, that you put on. And 9 times out of 10, you pulling something out your closet unless it's like a set of the semester. The ultimate party, like somebody crossing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Then that's different. You might have to go down to the mall because back then malls were popping. Go to the mall, Forever 21. You know what I'm saying? Wet Seal. Get you a little 1 2. Get you a little piece. Hey, put it on. And you go on down to the set. You go to the house party and have a good time, not a dime spent. And then if we were going to the club, let's just say you didn't want to do a set, you wanted to hit a club, there was always a ladies get in free, you know, or the guys, they would just have to pay like $10 to get in, $15 to get in. Drinks weren't $25 at the bar. It was always a special. And I do mean always a special. You go in, girls get in free, guys, they pay their little $10, you get in. You go to the bar, you get you a little what those drinks called? A blue MFer or a Incredible Hulk. Um yeah, you go and you get you a little, oh, y'all remember Nuvo? Get you a shot of Nuvo. Like Ciroc, when Ciroc came out with all the flavors, you did not have to pay $30 for a shot of Ciroc. I don't know if people still drink Ciroc. But anyways, it was real popular back in my day. And it's just like, hey, you could afford to go out, you could afford to have a good time, and it didn't burn a hole, like it didn't kill your pockets nowadays to get into a club, which I don't go to clubs anymore. Auntie, the most auntie will do is a lounge. Okay, I'll do a lounge because I'm always gonna have on heels, and auntie needs somewhere to sit down. Okay, thank you. But back the last time I went to a club, it was like I think I went to Houston, and it was either 30 or 50 to get in. It was nothing but section, so it's like you had to buy a section. There was no dance floor, and everybody was just sitting around with a cup. And then the drink was like $18, $20. And if you really want to feel good, you're gonna have more than one drink. So before you know it, you've spent $60 just on two or three drinks. On top of the 30, 40, $50 it costs you to get in. And nobody's dancing. Why aren't people dancing anymore? The club was to have a good time. Why aren't you guys dancing? Why aren't you two-stepping, hitting the Dougie? Like, what's going on? Everybody just standing around, just looking. They're in that section just looking at each other. They don't even be dancing in the sections. Back in my day, we got down, we did not play. Okay? You always had more people on the dance floor than you did standing up against the wall. And if you standing up against the wall, it's just to cool off a little bit, regain your composure before you get back out on the dance floor because your crush is over there eyeing you. I don't know what's going on nowadays. It's an art. Recipes are being lost. Okay. And I hate that for the younger generation because it's like you guys will not get to experience what a good house party or club session really looks like, where people are out there having a good time, no phones, got their little drink, doing their little two step, the DJ cutting up, playing all the hits. Nobody's fighting. Like, it is just genuinely a good time. You're dancing so much that you're sweating. You sweat your edges and your curls out, but it doesn't matter because we're here for a good time, not a long time. I hate that y'all not gonna get to experience that. I really do. College was hands down some of the best years of my life. Well, the best years of my life to this day. Like, I hate that y'all are not going to be able to experience that. It's horrible. But yes, let me know in the comments. Why do you guys think that the partying club culture is dying? What do you think the reasoning is? Let me know. All right. Now it's time for the finance column. I'm going to keep it really light with you guys today. Really, really light. It's been a long week, so I don't want to give you nothing too heavy, okay? I don't want to give you anything too heavy. The tip of the week is remove any triggers that make you spend. So, what do I mean by that? The economy is crazy right now. People are losing their jobs. We gotta buckle down. I get you. You gotta balance out living life and then saving as well. But if you can save more than you spend, now is the time to do that. Just until things smooth over with the economy, if they ever smooth over. My God, today. Um, but in doing that, one thing that will help you stick to whatever budget you set for yourself or whatever financial goal you have is to remove those triggers that causes you to spend money, those impulse buys, whatever that may be. Remove those triggers. I know for me, when I had one moment where I was like, okay, I just been spending too much money. Let me tighten up. Let me simmer down. So what I did was, I'm a big email girly. I'm always in my email. I check my email multiple times a day. Um, I started unsubscribing to those marketing emails from these stores like Fashion Nova, um, Old Navy. I saw I Ulta, Sephora. I unsubscribed because anytime they were emailing me, I was intrigued, wanted to see what's on sale. Mm. And it just so happens that there was always something that I wanted or was thinking about getting that was always on sale. So it's like, ooh. but that don't go on sale a lot. I need to just go see what that's about. Or, oh, I've been waiting to try that. Now that it's on sale, it's marked down a little bit. Let me just go. When the whole time it's like I could have did without it. If I hadn't seen it on in the email that it was on sale, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. So I started unsubscribing to those. So you do the same. Unsubscribe to those marketing emails. We got to save our money. We don't have time for this. And the other major thing is, and I blame TikTok for this, is those influencers and those pages that you follow with the latest this, that. For an example, Coach is popping right now. Coach is popping. I was looking for a certain Coach purse. I typed it in on TikTok and I know how the algorithm works. But man, there were so many unboxing videos of Coach bags. And so I'm like, man, now this is really making me want my Coach bag. So I found myself like, after seeing so many Coach bags, especially the particular one I wanted, I'm like, man, let me look up the nearest Coach store because I need to go ahead and get that. No. If you are easily influenced, if watching these videos of these girls going shopping and unboxing and try on hauls and all of that is making you want to hop on Fashion Nova or Shein and get you a little 1-2, place you a little order, you need to go ahead and unfollow them. Change up your algorithm. Yeah, fix that. You need to fix that because you'll find yourself spending way more money than what you initially intended. It will help you stay on track with your budget. That's the tip for the week, y'all. Try it. And I guarantee you it's going to save you some money. And you just come back and tell Teigen, hey girl, I did it. And it worked. I know. Okay, now time for the hard truth hotline. Okay, Teigen, I'm trying to stick to a budget, but I swear there's always one thing I just can't let go of. For me, it's my weekly iced coffee runs. Even when I'm broke, I'm still in that drive through. Is it bad to keep a little treat in the budget, or am I playing myself financially? I will answer you very quickly. It is not bad to keep you a treat in the budget. Just do it in moderation. Um, if you know that you love you a good iced coffee, and this is coming from a girl, a iced coffee girl. What one thing I love to do is on my off days is I get up. Hey, I put me on a cute little outfit, and the first thing I'm doing before I'm hitting the stores is I'm going to get me an iced coffee. Okay, so I can relate. I understand. Okay, but what I started doing is making the coffee at home. It's more affordable. You get more bang for your buck and you can customize it however you want to. I have an espresso machine, and my God, today I will tell you that I do feel like it is worth the money. And I just saw an espresso machine on sale for like $30. So if you can get you one, get you one. Now the pods, I mean, you do got to pay to play, but to me it's worth it. It's still going to be cheaper than going to Starbucks, Dunkin', Seven Brew, like these coffee places. It's still going to be cheaper. And then you get to customize it however you want. Try that. Even if you don't get them an espresso machine, get the little instant espresso coffee. Get you a French press machine, or you know, get you an espresso machine, or get you the pre-made iced coffee. Try different avenues that'll be cheaper, and then maybe instead of you getting an iced coffee every day, you just get you an iced coffee on the weekend or on your off days. When you're out and about. When I'm out and about, I'll stop and I'll get my iced coffee. But hey, during the week, when I'm going back and forth to work, I am going to make my coffee at home. To me, that's a win-win. Try that. I think that it will work out for you. You'll see yourself saving money. And then also, I believe in point systems. So, I mean, point systems can either encourage you to go to a place more, or you can just use it to your benefit. I tend to use these things for my benefit. If you're going to, let's just say, Starbucks 2 days out the week, because this is you cutting down from 7 days out the week to 2 days out the week, I mean, you're going to start accumulating those stars. And so don't forget about those. Like, make sure you use those. And then another thing, what I like to do is, because I know I like to shop, for my birthday gifts, Whenever somebody asks me, well, what do you want for your birthday? Give me a gift card. Give me a gift card. So let's just say you got a holiday or something coming up and somebody's going to gift you something and they ask what you like. Tell them to get you a gift card. Get you a gift card to your favorite place. Then you got a gift card that you're using that you didn't pay for and you're racking up the points. So there's more coffee there. There's ways around it. And don't forget about the birthday freebies, y'all. Don't forget about birthday freebies. But yeah, try that out. Try it out. Try to make your coffee at home. It'll be cheaper. Just calculate up how much you save. Calculate the cost of whatever you're buying to make it at home, and then go back in your spending history and look at how much you were spending on a regular. Okay? Try that out. I think that'll work well for you. Let me know. All right, it is time for the hard truth of the week. Hard truth of the week. You can't complain about being broke and still live like you're not. You can't complain about being broke and still live like you're not. Let's talk about it really quick. So, if you are financially strained and ends aren't meeting, your money is always tight, you have to do something different. You cannot say, oh, my money is so tight, but then you don't change any of your habits. You don't pay more attention to your budget. You're not intentional with your spending. You have to do something different. So if your finances aren't where they need to be, you're gonna have to change. Hey, okay, just like the lady in the email I just read. She knows, hey, I'm trying to get this budget together. I gotta stop buying coffee every day. I can't be spending $10 every day on coffee. That's $70. That $70 could have went toward something else. They could have went toward my savings goal, or they could have went toward my cell phone bill. You have to do something different. So that means you have to sit down, look inward, look at your spending habits, look at your thought process, figure out where am I going wrong, doing some root cause analysis, and trying to find a solution. You have to do something different. You can't complain about it, but then you don't change anything. And those changes range from your spending habits, your thought process, to your actual income. Hey, I don't make the rules, y'all. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't make them. Okay? All right. We have come to the end of the episode. I would like to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Um, we are continuing to grow. July has been a good month for us. Um, I'm gonna do a celebration once I hit a certain milestone of followers or subscribers. But yeah, we're still growing. Please take the time out to like, comment, share this with someone that you feel may benefit from it or just enjoy the dialogue. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Every Wednesday, we're here dropping nuggets, having good combo. We're here. So please like, share, comment, subscribe. Please, please. All right. Well, it is that time. You know we have to toast because it is a celebration every time we link up. And y'all see I have pink champagne today. Hmm. All righty. Here's to softer living and truths that set you free.